the most important thing is the pilot skill, which is called as psychomotor skills, which as such you are tested during your service selection form, wherein your brain and muscle coordination is tested. So you need to have a very high caliber of psychomotor skills to become a pilot. Now, having said that, the second other most important value is the discipline, the flying discipline. If I may have to give an example to emphasize on this, it is like we had one of the incidents during Air Force Academy. One of our instructor was flying in aerobatic. You are supposed to do a particular maneuver at a particular height. Let's say you're supposed to start a maneuver at 1 kilometer height. But if you get overwhelmed and if you start your maneuver at much lower height, just to show off or just to have your own adrenaline level getting high, you get into a problem, and then we lost an instructor, we lost an aircraft. There's just one example. There are numerous examples wherein because of the flying discipline we have lost very valuable lives and the aircraft. So discipline is a core value to become a pilot. The other thing is the proficiency level. Like as I said, though it is competitive, as an individual yourself, if you want to be one of the best aviator, you have to keep learning. Like I used to tell my cadets or people those who used to serve under me, to study at least for 30 minutes before you go to sleep, even if you don't have anything. You have to be abreast with all the latest technology, all the latest subjects, what is happening, and update yourself if you want to be a good aviator. So you have to be absolutely professional, you have to keep learning, and you have to be, like for example, if you're going for a bombing machine or something like that, if you have a weapon on board, you should know completely about that weapon and how it is delivered. It is just not what was written in the manual. You have to go a step beyond and then learn as much as possible to be absolutely perfect so that you can do the mission the way it is supposed to be. There are so many websites which is directly enhancing your knowledge in terms of the avionics, in terms of aerodynamics, basically the aviation subjects. So the interests and hobbies which I would expect a youngster, if you want to become a pilot, he should try and read as much as possible related to the aircraft and the aviation subjects. There are so many accidents which keeps happening, and there's so many investigations which keeps happening. So he must have the interest and hobby wherein he keeps studying these new aircraft, new technology, and how the accident has happened, so that it always goes into his brain. And believe you me, all these things, when he is always in constant touch with all these procedures, all these knowledge, the day when a bad time comes, when he is in deep trouble in the air, it is only these kind of hobbies and interests which suddenly comes up into his mind, and he takes appropriate action and comes out of the situation in the emergencies. So I expect them to have some kind of an affinity towards learning the aircraft and aviation-related subjects on the internet. And a lot of people keep asking also, does it help, like you have too many computer games? So does it help? Yes, it might help, but I don't encourage them to keep playing computer games only. Of course, it gives you a lot of orientation, like the basic things like stall and spin, what normally a person may not understand. When you keep playing all these games, bomb sighting and all this stuff, it comes into help when you keep playing all these games.